Yes, we got. Is that clear? Tire up.
Yeah. No caption.
Heat blowed in my face. Yeah.
Well, it's because they want the camera to overheat. That's fine.
No, I'm all with that. I'm good with that. Good with moving up the cab. So we'll just back up a minute here. Drive a little slower there, Grandpa. He's older than me.
Hey, you never know.
Oh. The guy behind me in line was older than me. I'm getting tired of standing here. Yep. Leaving on the cane. No, otherwise I'd be crawling around today or something. Let's see, 34 now instead of 27. Kind of surprised CompuTech like that.
I'm not really surprised, honestly. It's hard to compete with what they had or what they did. Their stuff was overpriced for a lot of what it really was.
Yeah.
We had to fight with that computer issue, and we found out it was just freaking power supply. And then the hard drive fight, that was a freaking thing. It was like, yeah, they were able to transfer it, but then it's like going, they were like, oh yeah, well, we could put it on an SSD for you. Yeah. Problem with that is,
they cost a bunch back then.
Not really, no, but they wanted to charge you it.
Oh no, we know how to build one.
A good SSD, even back in 2018, wasn't more than $150. They wanted to charge me $400.
Make a lot of money
to transfer the files over to an SSD, and it wasn't even as good of an SSD. Yeah.
Make it this way.
I know. It annoyed me because I was like, well, shoot, I can just go buy an SSD and transfer it over myself. It would be a lot cheaper than this. Yeah. That was me being arrogant. And then, did I do it? No. Did I transfer files to an SSD? No, I didn't. Well, yes and no, I guess. Not all the files are transferred to. I got one of those big thumb drives, and I transferred the most important stuff onto one of my laptops. It does suck that I got Facebook.
Maybe a few years to pull their head out.
Actually, it's probably going to be worse. I heard AI is going in there heavily now.
Yeah, that'll be a problem.
And they're training all their AI models with Facebook people.
Well,
and there's no way to opt out.
That's going to hurt business.
I would think so. Until everybody realizes you don't really need Facebook or Instagram. Problem is just everybody's on it. Oh, kind of like, yeah, okay. Not as many people as you'd think are on X or on Snapchat. I mean, I'm happy with Discord. Other than be able to talk to my high school friends, I'd rather be on Discord, honestly.
Get involved in it. I did find Harris from the Dang group, and then he did tell me, explain Rocket Man to me. Otherwise, I still wouldn't know Who's that, Tom? Looks like Tom. Yep, that's Tom. There he is, BSO. Look at this. What a mess they got here. I knew they were going to have problems. Where are they going to put all the rental trucks?
I don't think that's
Because they're rental trucks there.
really. They're not supposed to. It's supposed to be down there at the
Well,
facility.
they got a deal.
Interesting.
Yep, whatever the deal is, but they got a deal. Good enough?
Yeah. Yeah. The camera thinks it knows better than I do.
Well, that's the way it is.
It's an AI jump that they put in there.
Yeah. I can tell AI where to go.
Just get educated a little.
Okay. Lowest priced Hyundais in North Dakota. Is that a Korean made?
I don't know anymore.
Jennifer had
Who
a
knows
pretty,
how they sell them now?
well, yeah, exactly.
I thought it was all Japanese, but who knows where they sell them now? Because
Where they're made at?
You know-
Reality? We don't know either.
you know,
Copying the Explorer.
well, Range Rover used to be
Good.
Ukrainian,
They
or
used to
UK,
be awesome.
UK,
but they're
European.
junk.
Then they sold it to India. Then they sold it to China. Then they sold it to somebody
They're
else.
junk. They're junk.
Of course, they're joke.
Parts are nuts, and everything about the British vehicles are crap.
Yeah, but they're not sold in British anymore. They're not made in Britain.
That's why I couldn't afford to make them in Britain.
Oh, I can't afford to make them in the United States either.
Yeah, well, there you are.
And they're grossly expensive when they were made in Mexico or Canada or wherever else they were grossly expensive. Well, now that they're have to be made in the U.S. because Trump won't allow them to do them anywhere else, they're going to be even more expensive
and more junky, probably. Too.
Probably. Well, they won't be EV because they won't allow them to be EV anymore.
Thankfully.
Well, cut down some of the costs.
Well, make it more reliable.
Maybe.
The old Toyota pickups.
It's not really advancing the technology though.
Well,
But like the way I says, they had electrical vehicles back in the 20s, last 20s.
Yes.
And they
worked.
Ran them.
Yes.
Across the country.
Yes.
And then they didn't have these sophisticated recharging stations.
Nope, they didn't. No.
And they went from one end of the country to the other.
Yes.
Carrying a heavy load.
Yes.
In like semi truck for the time, semi truck.
They could.
Now it'd be like F-250s of that time now.
Yeah.
And they hauled everything on like these big bus batteries back then.
Yes, they were huge.
And you'd think the battery technology back then probably not quite as good as today's. And yet they did from New York to LA and on one charge.
That's hard to believe.
That's just amazing, isn't it? One charge. I don't know how big these batteries were. But
it's a truck.
Probably, yeah. But still, you think how many cells are on these modern truck batteries now? Of course, they didn't have all the computers on them.
Well, yes.
And
they all want different voltages.
You weren't hooking in your cell phone to recharge back then. You weren't hooking in anything else.
Cell phone doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Although we found out when our alternator went out how fast we lost power.
Yeah.
On that trip when we blew the alternator.
Yeah, I suppose the battery lasted a lot longer back then. All it had to do was start the engine.
Yes.
Well, maybe run the lights at night. I don't know. Well, I don't know when those if they ran them at night when they did them.
I don't even know how much lights they had, if any.
Yeah.
But the old generator before the alternator,
still had candles.
They used to have lanterns in the front of them a long time.
Yeah.
So did the buggies, and they were buggy lanterns, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That was their original headlights, probably.
Yeah, they almost have to have LED lights now.
Well,
so what a lot of them do now for the Amish thing is they have a solar panel on the roof.
Sure.
That powers a little battery.
Yep.
That powers the lights they required to have to be on the road.
Well, that's pretty cool.
They're supposed to have LED lights now. They have to have LED headlights. They have to have them. Otherwise, they are not allowed to be on the road. Then they have to have like either a blinking black backlight or a triangle thing. Yeah. Usually, they want a lot of the ones now want blinking red lights on the back.
Where they stand out more,
especially at night.
Yep.
And then they're also recommending a lot of them to have reflectives all over the vehicle.
Well, they don't like anything bright or shiny.
Although I heard Pennsylvania was talking about outlawing the horse and buggy.
It's going to be pretty hard.
Because they want them to pay the road taxes. Because horse and buggy are not classified as a motor vehicle, so they don't have to pay road tax.
Yes. Well, they're pooping.
Well, they want to just outlaw that.
They're pooping on the road. So.
Well, there's that issue too, and it's degrading the road, they claim, whatever. And they said because of the wheels, they're not soft wheels, they're steelish or metal or wooden, whatever it was. Yeah.
Some of them got.
So basically, it's mainly they're not paying road tax.
Yeah.
So they're going to require them to have. Well, they're going to require them to have a motorized vehicle.
They don't.
But here's the kicker with that is, they don't want to have the Amish don't want to have doesn't want to have gasoline engines. But considering how little of travel do they have to go,
electric might work.
They are thinking about electric cars.
Wind turbine to generate power,
well,
or something like that.
That's the funny thing is they might end up pulling up to a lot of these places because a lot of these places have electrical hookups in a lot of these towns that they go to.
Yeah. And
they only go on maybe 20 miles for a journey to town or something on average with what the horses did. Well, that may be there, and then they get to the town, they hook into the charger, and they're hooking into the same EV chargers the other people are hooking into, and they're paying pennies to charge the thing, or I don't know, it's sure a lot less than gas would be. and whatever they do in town, and by the time they're done doing their stuff in town, the thing should be fully charged.
I don't know how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to move it.
Well, yeah, they were talking.
They got to move a truckload of
they
lumber.
were talking about.
I don't know how they do it.
They were talking. Well, I don't know. Maybe they got an electric truck. I
don't know. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get outside.
Oh. Yeah, they were talking about. Well, that guy was watching about the guy does the traffic thing, and says you going up to the traffic thing, you constantly hitting the button thinking it's going to help increase your getting across the road thing. Actually, every time you hit the button, it resets the computer.
Yes.
So it resets the timer. So hitting it multiple times, all it's going to do is reset the timer that's in there constantly. So it says you just press it once, and then it's on a countdown.
Assuming it's the
within the sequence. Yeah, it gets a countdown going, and it will bring up the flash thing, which will also indicate the time the traffic lights are on, because that's all on a timer.
Yeah.
So it'll intentionally tell the traffic thing up there to put a red light on quicker.
We don't know if
for somebody to stop.
We don't know if it has a sensor in there looking for pedestrian traffic at those designated spots.
I don't know if it is, but it says when you hit the button, though.
Yeah.
They said it sends a timer thing to the actual street indicator
also looks
to
at the traffic
push the red light sooner.
We don't know. How fast.
I don't know, but he was showing on how it worked and how in the state that he was in, and he says, yeah, when you push the button, and he was showing the inner workings. It says when you push the button, so he said, I'm going to go push the button, and I'm going to show you the internals of what all the light thingies do, and it starts a countdown timer for when it's going to initiate the crosswalk thing where you go across.
Yeah.
Well, all that thing sends stuff to the computer, and the computer analyzes the timer length. Then it puts a timer thing for the normal street, the normal lights, red, blue, or the red, orange, green stuff.
Yeah.
And it will actually increase the amount of, or it'll decrease the amount of delay time there is for the light to change to red to block that area so you can move across.
Mm-hmm. And I think with these, they also have sensors watching traffic.
Oh yeah, they do. Usually they do.
They didn't used to have that.
Yeah, they have like a road map thingy that links when you're in the different lanes and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Only up to like 8 car lengths back though.
No room to pass there, sport. There was no room. You're going to force your butt in there anyhow, aren't you? Yes, you are. Doing 30 now. 31, 32. I'm wondering if they're going to raise this section of highway to fit those. Maybe not. Let's see there. See how huge it's going to be compared to before.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be that open section like there was before either. They had that area where you can fill up the water.
No, I don't think they'll have that.
Straight under.
Yeah. That's probably why it's so much bigger.
Huge.
Well, they gotta think of the runoff and the increased amount of development that's going to be happening over here.
And the fact that with the surface like this, you got more of a, without recharge basins, you've got the sluice chute type of effect. Town, even though it's got drains, under an overload condition, it's going to become a sluice chute too.
Of course it is.